If you're looking to buy some advanced GG, you could use my code WALLAH for 10% off. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, guys? WALLAH here. In today's video, I'm just going to be showing off the Stompy changes. I had managed to get some recording of Icarus before the new season. We all know how Icarus functions and how it felt before, but just to kind of remind ourselves and compare it to how it feels right now, I'm going to show you guys the difference between a few weapons, and I guess kind of give my opinions on whether you should still use Stompees or not. If you want the really short answer right off the bat, yes, I still think Stompees are worth using, and also, I'm always going to be using them, no matter what. If inner accuracy was really bad, I would still use them, but don't worry, that's actually not the case whatsoever. Just a heads up though, if you did use something like a legendary hand cannon, maybe the Dire Promise, your accuracy is definitely not going to be as good as it once was. If you use something like an exotic weapon, you don't really have too much to worry about, but it's also a little weird at the same time. First, I'm going to show you guys the Dire Promise. I wasn't standing in the exact same spot for every single clip, but you guys will see for the most part, my shots were hitting as long as I was actually aiming on them. And we all know how legendary hand cannons feel in the air. It feels really good, very consistent, and you're never really scared to jump whatsoever. Now I'm going to show you guys how it is after the nerf. I'm aiming for the head on this one. It seems like the bullets are hitting. It's just, you're not getting headshots like you were before. But every single bullet's hitting. That's actually not bad.
You're hitting a lot of body shots, yeah.
Yeah, it is body shots. That's the thing, though. So I guess it is bad. But it's like, I don't know. It feels like an exotic now because it has zero inner accuracy. So it's gonna be the same thing like exotics now. After the nerf, you could definitely feel that you weren't getting that many headshots anymore, and there were a lot of times where the bullets just straight up missed. I was aiming on them, I promise I was aiming at them, but the bullets just don't hit, and in all honesty, they do feel like exotic in-air accuracy now, especially if you're using Stompees. Remember, you have 0 airborne stats, so I don't know if it's worth using legendary hand cannons anymore, to be completely real with you guys. The whole reason to use them was because you had in-air accuracy. Yeah, the range is nice, but if you can't jump with it, you might as well just use something that gives you an exotic perk. Overall, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. Your shots are gonna hit, but you're not gonna be too accurate. I'm really happy I managed to get this on video, so I tested out fusion rifles for you guys just to show you how good they were in the air with Icarus. I know a lot of people don't use Icarus on fusion rifles, and I really enjoyed the rapid fires in the air. They weren't the best, but they also were not complete garbage. And I know it's weird for a lot of you guys to use a fusion in the air, but this was probably one of the hardest nerfs I've seen because you legit cannot get a one-shot now unless you're on top of them, like legit on top of them. You guys can see my projectiles are all over the place now. Before they were definitely a lot more intact, but it's just literally, it's not practical anymore. You don't want to use fusion rifles and Stompees if you're going to be jumping a lot. It's just not worth it. Next, we have one of my favorite primaries in the game, the Thorn. To me, right now, Thorn feels kind of shit in the air. You have to be more accurate, which is good, and a lot of people were saying you just have to aim for the new update, which is actually slightly true, but it's also not true at the same time, because there's still weapon bloom in the air if you have a 0 airborne stat, meaning you're gonna miss your shots anyways. This is how the Thorn looks like now. As you can see, even though I'm aiming slightly higher to the head, I'm still hitting body shots because you have to be either pinpoint accurate or you have to get kind of lucky because like I said, even if you're aiming right at the head, you're not guaranteed a headshot. Overall, still feels like exotics have pretty poop in-air accuracy if you're using Stompees, so not much has changed there. Here's footage before the nerf of me sniping with Stompees, very accurate and really easy to hit body shots with. Now, quite surprisingly, I didn't have a hard time hitting body shots after the nerf either. The only thing is, it's not almost 100%. It's like 50% now, which is actually not terrible whatsoever. I was considering this would be impossible to use and I would no longer be able to jump snipe. That's not the case. Don't expect every snipe to hit, but it's actually not too bad. So, of course, before the nerfs, SMGs in the air were insane, like really damn accurate. Multi-Mach was no exception, and I'm just kind of showing you guys how true this was. I mean, I was hitting basically every shot. They were pretty close, but still really, really easy. Now with Stompees, if you decide to use an SMG, it's not terrible whatsoever. SMGs, even without Icarus, was never bad, but you'll always miss that bullet or two that will increase your time to kill, making it really annoying sometimes. I could honestly feel the difference. Even if it is just a test dummy standing still, you could definitely notice you're missing that 1 or 2 bullets every time you're shooting a target. It's still worth using Stompees in my opinion, but just try not to jump that much unless you absolutely have to, because again, it is a bullet hose SMG anyways, so you're bound to hit most of your shots. Now, for those who are genuinely trying to bypass the in-air accuracy nerf on Stompees, here's a few ways that you might be able to do it, but to be real with you guys, it's just not really possible. The first thing is using air assault on any of your weapons. While at low health, it grants you up to 60 airborne effectiveness, which means it'll actually negate the -50 from Stompees. The only downside is it only works when you're low, and the lower you get, the more airborne stat you get, but it's not really worth it. You can't start the gunfight in the air. It's maybe okay, maybe you guys are both one shot, you want to just jump backwards, go for a Kobe shot or something, sure, that might work out. But other than that, that's the only type of situation you can be in where this perk actually works, and to be real with you, I'm not going to waste a perk on this. And I'm not even really going to be using legendaries to begin with. Another way to get airborne stat is using Ember of Tempering. I don't know exactly how much airborne stat this gives you. I'm sure there's an easy way to check that, but the only way to do it is having this active. So the way to use this, you need to get a solar weapon final blow. It stacks up to 3 times, meaning if you get 3 solar final blows, you'll have a short duration where you have more airborne stat, and also you have more recovery since it is a 2-for-1 fragment. Again, I don't know exactly how much it gives you, and I don't know how long it lasts. I would assume around 15 seconds, which is okay, but again, it's only when you have that certain thing procced, and you actually have to stack it 3 times to really take advantage of it. If you're not stacking it up to 3 times, you're probably not going to get past the -50 Stompy nerf, and it's quite literally useless. And those are really the only 2 ways I can see yourself getting past the Stompy nerf. Other than that, there's no real way to get the in-air accuracy, and to be real with you guys, there's no real reason to even try. A lot of the guns right now, especially something like the No Time to Explain, has some pretty good in-air accuracy. You guys can see I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm actually not missing too many shots. A lot of them are body shots, and I honestly feel like you might as well go for the body these days. You can try and go for a headshot, but the cone will probably make you hit a body shot anyways, and you're probably going to be more accurate if you're aiming center mass. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching. I hope that was kind of informative, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys disagree, or maybe you guys think Stompy Nerf wasn't too bad either, let me know in the comments down below. Again, this is only the first day, so there's a lot to learn, and maybe it's a lot worse or a lot better than I actually think. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Listen, I know you're bored and you probably got nothing to do, so why not join the Discord? Discord.gg/WALLAH. Okay, thank you, bye.